Oh, cool.
Oh, we're live. Is that
Well,
working?
hello.
Hello?
Yeah, I guess it is working.
All right, I think we're live now. See, the microphone can hear us. All right.
You want to come say hi?
Say hey, Azalea. I'll go get her.
Well, hey. I guess we'll just wait if anyone else signs on. Let us know if you can hear okay.
Hey, hey, hey. Say hey,
She's
Azalea.
stolen the show.
Yeah, no, right. She's going to steal the show. Oh. All right, we got a few people on. What's going on, guys?
Oh, it's so exciting.
That is super exciting. I'm a little nervous, too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's so awesome to see everyone is here. I'm
Yeah.
assuming you guys can hear us.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know if you have an issue hearing us at all. We tried to hook up the mic. I think it's working. But yeah, this is exciting. Me and Juby were talking about it before we hit the go live button. We're talking about, man, I'm kind of nervous here. This is kind of weird and interesting and new, something we've never tried before.
Maybe she's like smiling at herself.
Just, yeah. Oh man, let's see what we got. Oh, someone said you were adorable, and they can hear us. Awesome. Thanks, guys, for those comments.
Also, we got so many questions that it was kind of crazy to sit down and type them all up and just like categorize them out a bit, so it was a bit more palatable for us to answer questions for you guys.
It was actually kind of funny too, because we were actually sitting last night together and going through the questions and talking through them, and some of the questions were like, wow, that's actually a really good question. What is the answer to that?
Yeah.
So it kind of caused us to think a little bit about some of these really good questions that people have thrown out there too, which is awesome.
Yeah, so I guess maybe we should just like jump into it because we do have so many questions.
Yeah, before we dive in, I did want to say to all the folks that are watching, all the folks who will watch, all the folks who've been joining for the ride along the journey, it means the world to us. The fact that people are interested in like watching the things that we're doing and learning the things that we're learning, and even listening to Azalea as she learns how to talk. And yeah, it's just huge, man. Some of the feedback, some of the positive comments we got on the different videos that we're doing. You know, this for us it's so magical to see. You know, we talk about it almost every other day about, you know, some of the comments that you guys are putting on there, some of the suggestions, some of the things we can learn from you guys. So all that to say, just thank you guys. Thank you guys for your positivity and your support. Thanks, babe. Solid.
Okay, so back to the questions. I categorized them into like bus questions, and then personal questions, family questions, dreadlock questions.
There was enough
diet
dreadlock questions for a dread.
Yeah, for a dread video, which I wanted to make, so hopefully we can do that. And then business questions, and then like future travel plan questions. So what do you want to say? Or do you want to just like go back?
I was just reading some of these comments too. Somebody offered to babysit. Totally. Let's start with the bus question, right? I mean, a majority of what we talk about too is about buses. So let's start with a bus question. And also too, guys, throughout this live video, we're going to be answering questions from you too. So if you have a question that you didn't have a chance to slip in, slide it in the comments. Yeah?
Let's answer that one first, actually.
Okay.
So it's how old are we? Because that's also one that I have on my phone.
That's a good one, actually. So Avery Vlogs family said, how old are you? You want to go first?
Yeah, one. I'm 29.
Yeah. And I'm 29 too.
But he's only a few months older than me?
Just by a few months, but I am the oldest.
Yeah. I act older.
And then little Azalea is, I think it was just a few days ago, she turned 5 months. To be honest with you, the time's going so fast, it's hard to keep up with it all.
It's true.
It's crazy.
Alright, let's do a question from here. Maybe we should like alternate if you guys have a question.
Yeah, let's do that.
So what was the easiest adjustment and most difficult adjustment to bus life?
Ooh, that's a really good one. Easiest adjustment and most difficult?
Yeah.
Alright, you want to take lead on that one?
So I think easiest adjustment was we just work really well together. And I guess adding Azalea to the mix was a little bit of an added element to being able to work well together. But I think working together as a family, it works easily. And like, I don't even know.
Right.
It's easy to live in such a small space, and we work around each other. And the way we walk in the bus is like, you have to, I guess,
the way you cook in a
you have
bus.
to plan it. And like, if you're doing different things within such a small space, you just have to be able to work around each other and move around each other. And that's not difficult for us. It's easy. So I think that was an easy adjustment, right?
Well, although I will say, although it was an easy adjustment, it took us a lot of time to figure out how to work together well. I mean, let's be serious. You know, there were times when we didn't work together well.
Yeah.
But it all just came from just time together and really kind of understanding each other. For us to be able to kind of like develop like a system, like if we each of us know how we work and like how we think and like, you know, what processes we have, it made it a lot easier.
Switch it up.
All right, babes. So next you have
Wait, did you do what doesn't? What isn't?
Well, yeah, I guess I was gonna go. What was your easiest adjustment and most difficult, and then what was mine? So you said easiest. What was your most difficult? Adjustment to bus life.
I think the most difficult adjustment to bus life is just being prepared for like being more connected to the weather. So like we are affected by the hot days much more than maybe you would be in a house on the cold days. So like today it was 80 degrees. We were both out all day, but we come home and the bus is kind of like sauna. So that's going to be something. And then like if you want the breeze, the other day I had all the windows open and the wasps were coming inside. And so that's something that's a difficult adjustment. You're just like more connected to the elements and being outside, right?
Yeah, totally.
And that's both a good thing and a bad thing. So that's my difficult thing.
So easiest adjustment was living with less, to be honest with you. Living with less was such an easy transition that I wasn't expecting, honestly. Now, getting rid of all the things that you don't need, that was a bit of a difficult process, but living
Not
with less.
Now it's easy. Now we look at stuff and we're like, hey, get rid of it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty easy now. In the beginning, it was difficult, but living with less has been truly amazing. You know, I mean, just the fact that we're living in a smaller space, we don't take nearly as much time to clean up. We also, like the things that we do on, and we've all heard this if we watched the Minimalist movie, or we, you know, talked to other people about minimalism. It's, for us, or for me at least, it's really true, you know. The things that you do keep and you do own, you really, really appreciate, really, really care about. And, you know, now we're also finding that when we purchase things and we think about our purchases and we buy things that are much more quality, that are going to last us. And so for me, that was one of the easiest adjustments. I think a difficult adjustment for bus life would probably be, there was probably a couple of them, but I think, and this might not apply to everybody because you might have done it a different way than we did, but a difficult adjustment was living in your workspace. When we moved in, it wasn't fully finished. And it's still not fully finished. We're getting there slowly. But it didn't take much of an impact in the beginning, but you know, over the course of like 3 or 4 months after we moved in, it got to a point where so many things were not finished, and you know, we could see insulation that was still visible, and some wires weren't still covered up, and then like things weren't fully painted, and that takes its toll on you, honestly, when you're working and living in the same space. So that was difficult, but for us, you know, it was a choice we decided to make because we really wanted to get into the bus. So for us, you know, we still made it work. Yeah.
I think that's a good answer. That was probably one of the hardest things that let's do a question for everyone.
All right, let's see what we got. We did How Old Are You by Avery Vlogs Family. Let's see what else we got.
How long did it take you to make the bus livable?
By Will Rosser. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Sorry, Will, but thank you for the question. All right. How long did it take to make the bus livable or able to move it?
We bought the bus in August of 2017. Started working on it a couple of months that year. And then we're planning on moving to Atlanta, but didn't. So we didn't start working on it until like April.
April of last year?
Yeah.
April of last year.
And then like went hard until like August so that we could move in because I was pregnant. And then from August until like, I don't know, October, November.
So I would say that the time
Still kept going here.
Yeah, the times that we were working on it were super choppy.
Yeah.
Like there was sections we were going hard and sections we kind of took a little bit of a break. But overall, I would probably push us into like the time. Yeah, like a year, I would say. Yeah, condense it to about a year. To make it livable was probably about 6 months. To make it to where it is now, about a year. And for all of that too, you got to keep in mind that we were working. Or I was working a full-time job. You were pregnant with Azalea.
Yeah.
And so for us, we might have been able to finish it a lot faster. But we also had a lot of other things going on. So it was a year for us. Now, I think the other part of that question that they asked was how long did it take to make it able to move it?
Is it to move it or to move into it?
Oh, move into. You're right. Sorry.
But to move it, we still haven't moved it. So it's still to come.
Maiden voyage to come.
Yeah, so, which is only gonna be like 2 weeks from.
Can you believe it? It's 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We have our first
ready.
trip in 2 weeks.
I'm tired of it being stationary. It has wheels for it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do. You want to do the question?
Yeah.
We should just pick a question. I don't know how long we're gonna do this for. So maybe we should just jump around and try and cover as many questions as we can.
Mark Wilson said, "I love following you guys." Yay. Mark.
Thank you.
Let's see what we got. So you want to do a different section, yeah?
Go for it.
Let's stick to the bus right now, and then we can switch. Sorry guys, give me a second.
Okay, well while he chooses, I'll answer some of your questions on there. What's your horoscope signs? Scorpio, Pisces.
Got 2 Scorpios in the house. Hey, yo.
And then a really emotional fishy.
We love the emotions, babe.
Yeah. Good.
You too? I know, right? So I got one, yeah?
Okay, good.
So here's a good one that we've talked about a little bit. How long do you guys plan on living in the bus?
Are you going to share all, 5-year plan?
No, you are, and I'm going to fill it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Well, it's kind of still in the works, though.
It is, but, let's give it a little brief snapshot.
So for the next, Azalea is still a baby, so we want to maybe go to Europe for school for her for kindergarten. So for the next 5 years, that puts us here in the States. As far as whether we'll be in the bus the whole time or not, I don't know. But in theory, yeah. We have no intentions to move into a house right now. We're still really enjoying bus life. And we haven't really gone anywhere, so we still want to travel. What was the initial question?
How long will you live in the bus?
Yeah, so I guess hopefully up to 5 years, and then whether or not we bring the bus to Europe, I don't know. We still haven't really decided, but
yeah, rough plans.
Yeah.
We've been keeping our plans, at least more longer term plans, a little bit flexible, because we know that those plans are always going to change.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest one is that tell us about it. The biggest one for us is that we really would like to raise Azalea in Europe and the European school system. And since Juby and Azalea both have French citizenship, we can live anywhere in the EU. And so Juby's got family over there. I've got family in Spain. And so I think that, long-term plans would be to be in Europe for 5 years, when she's ready to go to school. But until then,
travel with us.
Yeah, at this point, we just finished it. We're about to take our first trip, so all I can think about is taking it on the road. Rub against the road.
Hopefully there'll be no friction there.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be.
Yeah. That'll be a whole thing.
Okay, question from you guys. How many different permits you need to have a business on the box and insurance? I know about the resale tax ID number, but I was just wondering about.
This is from Debbie Lacona
question,
regarding different permits you need to have for a business on a bus.
It just also depends what your business is, I guess. When I had my business in my little bus, I had like business insurance, bus insurance, and then had like tax ID for North Carolina State. But as far as like now that we've changed directions a little bit and I'm selling my bus, having like a business run out of the bus that we're living in, this one, I don't know that we actually need like a permit to do that because it's technically like our living space. Do you know?
Well, I know that we don't have any permit requirements for our area. If you're running like a food truck, or if you're running
different. Like it just depends on your business.
It also depends on your location too. Like a lot of cities might require permits if you want to like park up downtown.
Yeah, like with the business bus, if you wanted to park in certain areas, sometimes you need a permit from the city to do that. Like if you wanted to just park in public space, but if you wanted to park on somebody's private like parking lot, then that's different. That's like a deal between you and the business owner, and you don't need a permit to do that
like a
because that's like privately owned space. Yeah, or like an event. Say the road is blocked off or whatever. Normally you wouldn't be able to park there without a permit on your own, but with the event or the market that you've applied to be like under their umbrella, technically you're insured and covered and all that kind of stuff. So you also wouldn't need a permit for that. So I hope that answers your question.
Permits, insurance. You just got regular insurance. You already went over that too.
Well, business insurance. So again, it just depends like who you decide to work with. But did we decide we were going to jump around?
Are you ready to jump around?
Are we just doing bus? What do you guys want to do? Do you want to do like more bus, or do you want to like know more about other stuff?
Personal questions, dread questions, food questions, business questions.
Travel.
Let us know what you think. Until then, you choose that.
You want to answer a question from them until I choose?
Sure. Let's see what we got. Who cooks the best?
Oh, I do.
I didn't have to answer that, obviously. Juby's got that locked down.
No, he cooks. You cook it Mexican food.
Thanks, Ben. I do make a solid taco.
And egg and cheese.
But that's 100% hands down. You know, I mean, Juby definitely cooks the best. And she's really, really good about, like, diversity and switching up and, like, grabbing a cookbook before we go to the grocery store and, like, picking out a recipe. And the cooking is just so good. And, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. I like cooking. It's fun.
It's delicious. So, yeah, Juby by far.
Question. Okay, yeah. How did you guys make the lifestyle decision to move into a bus?
Ooh, that's a really, really good one.
Because we went through a lot of different steps.
It was quite a process, I can say that. That was for sure.
So, was it before we got married that we were talking about all this like alternative living stuff?
I think it was, yeah. So give the story from top to bottom, and I'll fill in a little bit too.
You fill in a little bit. I'm going to get something.
Go grab something. Okay. So, how do we make the decision for this lifestyle in the bus? The reason that's such a good question is because we battled with it for so long. We didn't know what we were going to do. We literally, when this first idea developed, we considered getting a yurt. We had already put a deposit down on a yurt. Someone designed a yurt, and we were going to put it out here on this tiny farm. But we eventually decided that wasn't going to be the right thing for us. So we decided against the yurt. And then we continued to talk about it. Really, we tried to figure. We went from tiny house.
Wait, do you remember when we were going to make a clubhouse?
School. Oh man, you get the pictures?
Yeah, I have the design of our clubhouse.
Juby's wonderful at design. Absolutely amazing. And so she's literally got a design here for our clubhouse layout.
So this is going to be.
I'm so glad.
Explain it to you. So you come in here, and this is like the kitchen, and this is like trunks of wood that are like cut through the center, so it's the circle of the wood. And then you'd come in, and this would be like the living space. This would be kind of like a dining space. This is the kitchen that would have like a garage door that opens up to the outside. And then like down here, this would be like a step down, and you'd have like a little conservatory of like all these old recycled window frames. And then here you'd walk through this corridor, and there would be like the master bedroom and like the baby bedroom, and then like a small toilet room and open shower, and then like sink and stuff. And this would be like a really kind of jungly shower space.
That's such gold right there. I love it.
Anyways, okay, so the reason I had to go and get it is because this book kind of really triggered a lot of things for us. Oh, really seen some good news. But let me see if I can find some actually reasonable images.
So all that to say too is that like each one of these options that we looked at, yeah, there's beautiful pictures in this book. We definitely suggest it if you're thinking about trying to decide on your tiny. Definitely get that book. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
This is one of my favorites. It's so cool. That was the clubhouse.
I love it. So we not only looked at a lot of different options, but we also dove really deep into those options to the point where we were like designing things out. And so eventually, what was the triggering point for the school bus? Like, what was that trigger?
I had my bus that we converted into my shop, and I was traveling all up and down the East Coast for the year of 2017. But I was doing it all by myself, so I would go for like long trips, and we would, or I say we, as in like me and the boss, I guess. But yeah, me and Rocky, we used to like travel everywhere together. We would tight, man. I'm sad she was like, hey, on me, that's not cool. Well, friends don't do that. Anyways,
stay on track.
I know. So yeah, I was traveling a whole bunch, and I think for me the moment was whenever I was vending at Hopscotch, just downtown Raleigh, so local. You came with me, and it was like the first time you came with me for an event, other than like Chicory, I guess. Maybe you'd already done that. But anyways, we were downtown Raleigh, and like the festival had ended for the night because of sound, like ordinances and stuff. And we went out and had a good time. And then we came back and like ordered pizza to the bus, like in the middle of downtown Raleigh, where there's not even like a building. It was like next to this huge venue. And we laid out all my blankets on the floor. And normally I would use my hammock and sleep in my hammock, but because there was two of us, I just like laid it out on the floor for us to like get cozy and be warm, because it was also like fall. I think it was really chilly.
Yeah.
But anyways, for me, it was that moment where I was like, this is so much fun. I feel like I'm having a picnic with my husband in the middle of the night, like out in the middle of nowhere, and our house is a bus. Like I just felt like a kid again.
That's
so I was
really,
like, this is what I want to do all the time.
That's a really great point. I remember how magical it was because we were just kind of free.
It was so simple. We were just like using the lantern, and we had nothing. We were just like downtown Raleigh. Like I don't even think we had decor. I think a friend dropped you off. So like the only way for us to move anywhere was the bus.
Yeah, and I mean it was just like you had finished up a day of working, selling your goods, and it was just amazing. It was awesome. And the thought of being able to like hop in the bus and go to the next place was something that was super magical to us. Yeah. And so thus it was. We started looking. And, when Juby gets stuck on an idea, she goes hard on that idea. And so we probably bought the bus. Did we buy the first one we saw? I think we did.
Yeah.
That's my bad. Bus we saw, and thus it was. Then it started from there. So yeah, that was kind of the beginning of our bus life, and the thought of travel too. Obviously wanting to be able to travel and live free, smaller, simpler life made a lot of sense for us.
Mm-hmm. Maybe should we do a question from here? Yeah. What do you guys do for a living, and how long do you guys love to stay on the road? How long do you guys love to stay on the road? So the first question kind of goes into many questions that I have under the business tab. So you want to go first, and then I'll go, and then we'll kind of dive into that a little bit more.
What was the question again?
What do you guys do for a living?
Okay, Wild Jasmine. Thanks, Wild Jasmine. What do we do for a living? So right now, I do research. I'm a scientist over in Research Triangle Park here in North Carolina, and I've been doing a variety of different research ever since I graduated college, and so it's something that I fell on. But my true passion really lies with bees and beekeeping. I've been doing that for probably about the past 7 years, and so right now we're in this mode where I'm going to my corporate job doing research, but at the same time building this beekeeping business so that it can be kind of like a way for us to, for me to run a business on my own and still make money while we're on the road. So for me, a huge passion is bees and beekeeping and research, research pays the bills.
Do you want to follow that with how you plan on running your bee business on the road, since so many people ask you that, and if you're planning on quitting your job at the research triangle?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. How I'm going to pass it off this transition. So I mean, it's definitely like a hot topic whenever you're talking about.
Sorry, it's so noisy for you guys.
You have the rain stick?
also so noisy.
I know. I think everything wants.
It does. Okay.
Thank you for your
Family is
patience,
going
guys.
good, by the way. Thanks, Louise, for asking. How would you say that?
Louise Philippe.
Okay.
Yeah. So this transition, it's such a funny thing. Everyone has. I've seen so many unique ways for people to make money on the road. But for me, the idea is right now I'm building this business. So essentially, yeah, B2B apiary. So what I do is I install beehives in folks' backyard and I manage them. I take care of them. And also, basically, the person that's hosting it pays a monthly fee, and they can come with me beekeeping, and I'll teach them beekeeping, and they get to keep some of the honey, and know that they're supporting a local business as well as supporting the local honey population. And so for me, it's really just a matter of trying to manage growing it so that it can cover the bills, and then eventually I would like to step away from my full-time job, which is research right now. So that's my hope and that's my plan. I've got a goal for July to be able to transition to full-time job with my business. And then what was the other question? How am I going to run it off the road? Yeah, so for me, it was really important when I sat down and started planning out this business that it not require me to be there, but yet I could manage it from the road. So for me, we designed it in a way to where I'll be able to hire a beekeeper to manage the bees and use a software to keep up with how the bees' health is doing, while I can do the management on the computer on the road. And so that's what my plan is right now. It's really just I've been fortunate to develop a really amazing network of really skilled beekeepers here in the Triangle for the past 4 or 5 years I've lived here. And so I'm hoping to be able to pull on that network to see if I can find someone who can fit in that spot, who can like work really well with people, work really well with bees, and basically take over the management program while I do a little bit of the social media and the newsletters and things of that nature. So that's a little bit about kind of my plans to take it on the road and run a business on the road too, while the business is stable.
And so what I do is Moonflower Child, which I've done for a while. And if you guys seen with the other bus, I traveled all over and sold stuff out of my bus that I turned into a shop. So I make and create clothing, jewelry, home decor, apothecary goods, everything. I do custom tattoo designs. I kind of just dabble in a little bit of everything. I get really impatient and bored of just one thing, so I just allowed myself to be creative with my art, and that is what my business became to be. And I do all that from the road. So right now, since my class broke, I was doing primarily like in-person shopping, and now I do basically everything online. So if you order something, I ship it to you out of the bus. And yeah, I don't know that I really want to go too much into detail on that, but that's what I do for a living.
Juby is a straight badass.
I also take care of her and make YouTube videos.
She does so much. She juggles so much right now.
Yeah, it's true.
It's absolutely absurd.
What else do you do to make a living?
God.
I mean, that's pretty much like our main.
Yeah, that's our main thing. We do YouTube for fun, and this is, I don't know, this YouTube and Instagram and stuff. Juby's been crushing it. It's super fun to interact with you guys.
It is actually really fun.
All right, so.
Should we do a family photo? Okay. One of them was, can I do a baby wrap tutorial? I'll do that eventually, and then just like put that in one of the videos that will be coming up at some point in the future.
That'd be your mother.
Could you be my mother? God, I was going to ask if you can do the baby. I'm like, baby, you're too heavy for me to carry you in a baby wrap. Sure, if you want to be the mother. Okay, so you want to do we miss a normal home sometimes?
Sure. Read it out loud.
Do we miss a normal home sometimes?
Do you?
I miss the luxuries of a normal home. Like having hot water that doesn't get too hot, or not running out of water.
Azalea's like, I've never had a real home.
I know, yeah. This is her home, so this is what she knows. I miss, I don't know, man. We kitted out our bus to have everything that we needed live happily and comfortably for all lifestyles. So I don't really miss too much other than like added luxuries or amenities other than normal homes. So like just being able to shower for longer.
What's up, Valentina?
Oh, is that my sister?
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, it's so exciting. You better have mommy watching. I'll be angry if you're not.
No pressure. Azalea says hi from across the pond.
Yes, she does.
Who is this? JJ14K. Absolutely love you guys. We love you guys too. Thank you. What was the question? I want to answer it too.
Do you miss a normal home?
Normal home? No.
You don't?
No, not the home itself. I think it's exactly what you said. The fact that you don't have to fill up a water tank is great.
The added work that comes with best life.
Yeah.
But that wasn't unexpected. That was expected. So
yeah.
As long as you're ready to work for, I don't know, basic living.
I mean, it's the same way if you were to have a home. You know, it's just, you know, you'd have to be mowing the grass or, you know, painting a wall. Yeah, house maintenance, just like that. But I think the biggest thing, you know what I really miss?
What?
Taking a long shower.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Like, I think water, we like take that for granted so much in a regular house.
You
like,
really do.
When I do the dishes, I'm like really cautious about doing the dishes. And, yeah, I just think water usage is more valuable than we may have ever realized.
And you know what else? Going to the bathroom.
Well, that's only because you have to clean the pooper. I do the pee, which actually smells terrible, but
I don't even mind using a composting toilet. That's cool. Whatever. It's great. No, it's not even cleaning. No. It's the fact there's not enough space for my knees. And so every time I go to sit on the thing, I'm like this. And my knees are like up here, and I'm like, yeah. So we did a great shower design with plenty of room, but there's no room to number 2.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It does suck a little bit.
It's okay.
You shouldn't be sure.
Thanks, babe.
Another question, I guess, kind of family related, is about when she gets a bit older, where's she gonna sleep? And we'll have to show you when we're inside the bus, but we're just gonna kind of like rotate some things around in the bedroom and have her sleep on her own little section, and just shift everything so there's kind of a two-person space. What are you talking about? Are you gonna leave me here?
No,
Oh my
I'll be
God.
right back here.
That would be scary. Don't do that.
We
Too
got
much going on. Okay, good.
You know what my thoughts were? Is
I know we had different thoughts too, so we're still trying to decide.
I figured we could like retrofit the couch in the front so that it would be her thing. Juby's afraid that someone's gonna snatch her out of the door.
Like that.
You know, obviously not until she's older.
Well, I mean, by that time we will be living in the bus, maybe. We don't know.
Anyway, let's just say we're still working on it.
Yeah. Also, we just kind of co-sleep right now, so that potentially is just what we'll do. Let's see a question from you guys. There are so many options of houses to live in. Should you do a dreadlock question?
Sure. Was there a question on the thing?
No, I think we covered them.
Look.
Double checking. This is how I live. This is what you do, babe.
Let's see. Let's see.
Okay, I'm going to do a dreadlock question.
Cool. Go for it.
There's a few, but they're kind of short, I guess, a little bit. Someone told me dreads are smelly. Is that true? No. Unless you just don't wash your hair. They are not smelly. Mine smell good. People think mine smell good, but I also use oils in my hair. Maybe yours is smelly. Mine are not smelly.
Mine smell great.
Yeah, I would say they both smell good. I think breath in the morning is smellier than dreadlocks.
My breath? Your breath in the morning
I didn't even specify yours or mine. I just said in general, all breath in the morning is smellier than dreadlocks.
Azalea's breath smells like pine cones. Pine fresh.
And then any tips on dreadlocks and how long have we had them for? So I'm coming up on 9 years in October. And you?
God, I can't even keep up. 5?
I guess, yeah.
5 years?
And
mine started interesting.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I was doing an an internship in Hawaii, I just let my hair go, and I started with like 3, and then slowly I got more and more and more and more. So my dreads are like all different ages, and they kind of matured in a really weird way. But yeah, I think overall about going on 5 years now total.
And mine, I did myself in sections, so I just backbrushed it with a really, really fine comb. If you have like a head lice comb, that works really well. You just like section it out and just like brush it, and then palm roll it, which I do like this. I don't really need to do that too much anymore because I just interlock them. But we also maintain our hair differently. So.
What kind of tips do you have for maintenance?
Man,
because a lot of people ask about putting stuff in your hair.
Yeah.
Different products.
Yeah, you have a lot to say right now. She's telling you all about it. I hope you're getting all the good tips.
This is how I take care of my dreadlocks.
So at the beginning, I used dread pepper, which is like a product that you can buy from some like dread website, but if you just like type in dread pepper, it comes up. But we also found out that we use diatomaceous earth now, and it's basically the same thing as dread pepper, and it's not like packaged with labeling and branding and stuff, and you can just buy it in bulk. So we have like a huge bag from Amazon, and it helps to like keep your hair abrasive, so that when you put it in, it like encourages your lock to tighten.
You talking about the diatomaceous earth? Yeah, speaking to that, I can't speak highly enough about it.
He uses it more than I do.
I use it all the time.
You would have used that at the very beginning more than I need to now.
Yeah, it keeps your hair from looking super greasy and oily, but I'll tell you this what. Juby.
What is this what, baby?
This much, sorry. Juby, when she buys things, she loves to buy things in bulk, which is great. Did I buy it?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I had no reason to buy it.
Are you sure you didn't buy that? I think you convinced me to buy it.
No, maybe you bought it for the cats too, like going to use it as a free.
So Juby likes to buy everything in bulk, and I think we bought a 10-pound bag of diatomaceous earth. It will take us for like 50 years to use it.
You can also eat it. It has to be food grade for you to be able to put it on your body, so that's also something you should do. Other than that, man, I just don't use wax or like any oils to store it, and it takes about 3 years for your locks to tighten and begin growing in length. For the first 3 years, they kind of like shorten. So like my hair was probably about this long, and it shortened to like about here, and now it's like this long.
Super long.
Yeah. It also depends on the type of hair that you have. So like my hair is wavy, his hair is super, super curly.
Like ringlet curls.
So his just goes like this, and on its own much more.
I got a tip.
Yeah, what is it?
Patience.
That's huge.
Patience
You're gonna go through a really
huge.
ugly phase.
Yeah,
I mean, not you, but like, and not your hair. Your hair will always be good looking, but it just you will feel like it's not where you want it to be because it's not.
Yeah, so I actually had dreads twice before this time.
I think almost every dreadlock person I know has had dreads one time and they got rid of them and then did it again because then they realized.
The patience portion is so hard because it takes so much time. Like you said, 3 years to lock up and look good. Well, not good, but the way you described it. To look tight. And so, yeah, I cut them twice before I actually stuck with it. So that one was
Oh, hey, Dready Bill. You've always been
Dready Bill.
A long time fan.
Yo, yeah, we've been talking about Dready Bill. Always.
Welcome to the dreadlock topic.
Yeah, we were just talking about dreadlocks. I also wanted to say Raquel Bosa. Again, I apologize if I mispronounced it. What's up from Canary Islands? That is super awesome. Yeah, so let's see. How did you choose your daughter's name? By Hippie Raver. Great question.
List.
Yeah. A running list.
And then for like boys and girls. And originally our favorite for a girl was Luna.
I love the name Luna.
We both do.
Really, really do.
But when we met her,
in the sense that like, and Juby was the first to pick up on this, and I could see it after she
even
explained
now,
it.
her personality is not it.
Yeah, just that she's just got this edge to her, this little bit of sassy, spunky, spicy, whatever word you want to use to describe it. And so we. Just got those iPads and it's so good. Oh man, but yeah, there was just something about it. And so essentially, like when we were in the hospital after the pregnancy was done and she was with us, we scrapped our entire list and we basically it was on the list? It was on the list. Okay, we didn't have to scrap the whole entire list. But Azalea had something about it, you know, had this that spunkiness that we were looking for with a little bit of sass and a little bit of edge, and also like we felt like it for us displayed resilience as well. Mm-hmm. And so we could see that, the flower, and also just the story with her too. She had there were some complications during the pregnancy, and a lot of things could have gone wrong, but they didn't. And she was so amazingly resilient. And for us, that was huge. So that's kind of the story behind her name.
I see some food questions.
Mark Wilson said, "You're hilarious. Justin needs to throw away the scissors and grow a full beard out."
Oh yeah, I'm down. He had a beard at one point that was kind of like more wide. Now he trims it quite long.
You don't want to see that. I look like a hobo. Okay. Food question?
There was a couple. I saw Valia wrote about the baby food and just generally do we follow particular diets and our thoughts on eating raw and baby food.
Yeah, let's definitely do a diet because I definitely want to cover that too.
Okay.
You want to go first with the baby food?
Baby food is still new. She's just recently 5 months, so we just started tasting stuff. I actually today just bought some silicone ice cube trays and some Tupperware so I can start making some, curing some, and putting everything in the freezer. I actually also talked to my mom today, so thank you, Mom, for all the tips. I'll probably make a video on that in more detail so you guys can see like what she eats in a day, as well as maybe we could do it like all three combined what we eat in a day, because we do eat quite differently. Which we've learned to adapt to, because I think at the beginning we tried eating each other's diets and it just like doesn't work.
Hang on. Angela Bello. Besos desde España, familia. I wish I knew my Spanish a little better.
Kiss, right? And family from Spain.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what's up, Angela? Sorry, my Spanish is super bad and rusty. But hey.
Okay, so I'll talk about how I eat, I guess. I was raw vegan. There was a question about eating raw on there. I was raw vegan for about 9 months at one point in my life. It worked for a while and I enjoyed it, and then I missed hot food, as well as like I was getting too much fiber, and so I was actually getting like a bit constipated. So this is like too much. But so my thoughts on raw is I try and balance it out now, and I incorporate more cooked like vegan style foods. I'm not vegan, but I have been vegan, and I've been also a meat eater. I've kind of done everything, and now I just do like what works for me.
Which is actually kind of great, because you've had an opportunity to try all these different ones and figure out what works.
Because like I don't like the idea of being categorized like I'm a vegan. Like good for you. I'm proud that you can commit to one type of diet. But I don't know. For me, life is too short, and if I want to indulge in some cheese, then I'm gonna.
Responsible cheese.
Responsible cheese. That's also something that I find really important. So like every now and again, I'll try some meat of what Dustin's eating, and I've kind of helped him understand that like if you're gonna eat meat, it's good to make good choices of where your meat is coming from, and like know your farmer, or like that it's grass fed, or just like be more wary about that, because a lot of the meat in this world is with antibiotics and all that kind of stuff, but we won't go into that too much detail. So right now the way I eat is like a bigger meal for breakfast, and that can be anything from like a muffin to like a pasta dish to like a rice dish to a smoothie, which I don't really love doing in the morning just because it's so cold. I just don't like cold food first thing in the morning. To just like leftovers. Sometimes I eat like pizza, I put an egg on it, which is basically the same thing as like pizza. It's basically the same thing as like a biscuit, just with like pureed tomatoes instead of like a slice of tomato. Anyways, I won't. It's too much detail. And then I try and have like a smoothie or a fruit dish a day, and then I try and do like either another veg dish, whether it be like salad or like a cooked veg, like a vegetable style dish. And then like nuts and seeds and stuff for snacks and fruit.
And so what was the original question again?
Or diets, I think.
Diets, yeah. So first and foremost, again too, I'll kind of echo what she says. I totally respect anybody with either a raw diet or a vegan or vegetarian, and I understand definitely like each one of those. For each different person has a different reasoning behind why they choose a particular diet. And I totally, I respect that a lot. Whenever we first met and we were living in Baltimore, I had a ridiculously bad diet. And when I moved in with Juby, I gotta give a lot of credit to her because she actually helped me change a lot of my bad habits.
You turned vegetarian.
Yeah.
But you lost so much weight.
Yeah.
Quickly. You weren't eating like enough substance.
Yeah, I tried vegetarianism or whatever you want to call it, and for me, obviously, if you do it the right way and you eat balanced meals and you eat enough of it, it definitely works for you. But for me, I didn't do it the proper way, and so for me, I lost a lot of weight. I was low on energy, and for me, the main point was that a lot of the bad habits that I had, I got rid of by a lot of Juby's influence on keeping fresh and healthy foods in the house. And then that just continues to go on with the fact that, it just continues to go on with, I used to eat a lot of meat. Now I don't eat meat nearly as often as I used to. I'll still definitely eat meat, but again, too, like Juby said, responsibly sourced meat for me is okay. But obviously, I don't eat a ton of it anymore. And also because Juby is a better cook, as we said earlier, and she keeps the fresh veggies and does a lot of the cooking for the dishes. Most of what I eat is vegetarian. But for me, I like I like eggs and I like cheese. So for me, eggs and cheese is huge. I eat that quite often. And fortunately, the guy next door is a beekeeper and also raises chickens, so I can just walk over there and get a 12-pack of eggs that were locally raised chickens for like $5. And so that's one of the benefits of living on the farm. So all that to say, nowadays I eat mostly vegetarian, but I do eat eggs and cheese. And man, I got this thing. It's just like, 10 o'clock, 10:15, somewhere within that range every day, clutch, I eat my parfait yogurt. You guys might have seen it on a previous video, but that is my jam. That is my go-to. Life is not the same without it. Like,
I don't know how you do that every day.
Every day. It's so good.
Also,
yogurt, granola, raisins, coconut flakes, and a little bit of honey drenched on top. And that is the way to go. That's what everybody, maybe not everybody should. That's what I love to eat every morning.
But also, like how I said, I have a bigger meal in the morning. He eats like nothing until his yogurt, and then eats like a beast in the evening. And, like, I stopped eating probably like at around 7. Like, I try not to eat anything much later than that. I didn't sleep well if I eat later than that. So if I do, it's like on the rare occasion.
I'll eat like a meal like that. Parfait at 10:15, and then a meal at 5, and then a meal at like 8.
Yeah.
It's just
like as soon as he gets home.
Yeah. And that's again too just goes back to whatever works for you. You just got to figure out what works for you, and follow that. Also too, I just wanted to say, Angela Bello said she said what that means. Where did it go? I think it was like I saw her a second ago. It was like kisses from your family from Spain. Maybe we should just say another thank you for listening to us blabber for 48 minutes.
I know, it's pretty awesome.
No, thank you guys. Yeah, so awesome to have the group here. And, if you just joined in, thanks for joining in. And again, thank you. Yeah, holler if you have any questions. We're going to kind of jump back and forth between the list that we created from all the Instagram and YouTube questions, as well as the ones that are put up here on the side. Let's hit one of these here. Since we haven't hit one of those in a minute. Yeah?
One of what?
One of these questions.
How is the paint job holding up?
Dready Bill.
Well, if you walk around the other side of the bus, it's still yellow.
Yeah, it's still yellow.
Right now.
Yeah, we're finishing the last bit of the painting on Saturday. Saturday or Sunday?
since
this
our maiden
weekend.
voyage was postponed for 2 weeks later, we are going to be hopefully finishing everything on the bus since Justin took off Friday. So we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get some good stuff done.
Yeah, good luck, Dready Bill. The paint's holding up pretty well so far, but we'll see how it does when we're actually on the road.
Hopefully it'll hold up. So
I hope not.
Okay.
All right, what else we got?
Let me see. There were some questions about like where we can pull the bus and all this kind of stuff as far as BLM land. I've done a lot of research, and we still haven't obviously traveled or have experience in that. But we have a huge list of different websites and things that you can use to pull the bus. Let me see if I can just pull that.
Overlander?
Yeah. Okay. So there's. A huge list. Okay, so there's free camping, I guess it's .com. There's Hip Camp, Harvest Hosts, Campendium, iOverlander, Boondockers. This is Boondockers.com. There's Try It Tiny. I don't know what the rest of those websites to basically. There's another link that's like helpful camping tips for the year-round camping enjoyment.
Well, I think too that we've been saving a bunch of different. Yeah, we built up a bunch of different resources and put those together on a list. And I mean, obviously, since we haven't gotten to take the bus out yet, we haven't really got to test them out yet. So we can't give you much feedback on how they are. But from what we've heard from other people who are traveling that we're following on YouTube, iOverlander is a really good one. And Hip Camp is pretty cool too. So, what's our next one?
About the bassinet and hanging baskets.
Yeah, what do they got?
Brand new. Thanks. I really love the bassinet too. I'm sad that she's already 5 months old and like probably not even going to be able to use it anymore. But it'll be like an heirloom and a favorite for future babies. I think that was a question earlier if we plan on having more kids. Yeah, sometime in the future, not anytime soon. But back to the initial question. I do have macrame as part of like my business model, and I do plan on making more macrame. And plant pot holders is one of them. So Instagram and the website will be able to see what they're being made. I kind of like jump back and forth from different like craft fields, so it just depends like if I'm in macrame mood.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy.
Gonna become road
We've been on here for 52 minutes. It feels like we've been on here for 10.
Yeah.
Wow, this has actually kind of been a lot of fun. Yeah. We got a few more to plug in. All right, the countdown begins. We have 7 minutes left. So how do we want to spend this? Yeah, how do we want to spend this last 7 minutes?
I don't know if you guys have any more questions.
Yes.
If you don't get around to them in the video, then we'll try and get to them in the topic on some future videos. Is there any videos in future that you want to see from us?
Oh yeah, that's always great too. If you guys have suggestions for future topics, it's interesting too. We'd love to hear feedback about, obviously with the bus project finishing up, we'd love to do a little bit more travel and kind of like experiences on the road. So, if there's any topics of that nature beside the bus build that would be helpful or you guys would like to see, let us know.
Should we talk about maybe what our plans are for the bus?
Yeah, let's talk about future plans.
Yeah, let's make this one awesome.
That's a great idea.
Diving into that.
You only have 6 minutes, so hit it. Ready? Future plans for us traveling and the bus.
Yeah, it kind of involves your question, really. So the maiden voyage is going to be not this weekend, not next weekend.
First weekend in May.
And we're going to be going to Sheboygan Hills, which is a local bluegrass music festival here in the Triangle area. And it's awesome. I've been about it, so if you want to see what the vibe is like, I'm going to make a video about all the time. That festival was loads of fun. So Justin's going to be working his full-time job until the end of July, right?
Yeah.
So we're pretty much going to be here in North Carolina. Whether it's here on the farm or not, we don't know yet. but we'll be here, and we're gonna kind of do like lots of short, long weekend trips to test the bus out, make sure everything works. Come back to our home ground.
We have a tiny house festival in the Outer Banks of North Carolina in June. Yeah. What's the name of it? Do you remember? Yeah.
We'll share about that on Instagram so you guys can follow along, but we'll probably make a video about that too so you can see it.
There's a potential beach trip in there too, but the idea is for us to take these short trips to make sure that for some reason in my darkest dream, I'm like imagining the water tank falls off of the back while we're driving down the road. Anyway, so we're going to test it out, make some fixes, do some finishing touches.
Yeah, maybe drive up north today and visit family friends in West Virginia.
Yeah, we've got friends all up and down the East Coast that we'd like to visit.
And then once your full-time job is done, we'll have a little bit more freedom to kind of like roam further and not have to come back. So, come like August, we have to do some honey extractions and beekeeping, and then we can hit the road for like maybe 3 weeks. And we've talked about Florida.
I want so bad. So we're definitely going to be on the road for the winter. That's one thing that we do not want to stick around. We would like to go and visit some warmer places in the winter. And me, I think we've decided on Baja. I want to go all the way to Baja.
That's not until like early next year though.
Like
late. All planned for the rest of this year.
Yeah, no, I just can't stop thinking about it. Baja. I want to go to Baja.
We've been following along so many people's journeys, and like everyone who does van life is in Mexico right now.
Yeah, let's go into Baja.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to watch them traveling and doing that and stuff.
On top of the fact, you just look beautiful now too.
Yeah. So August, maybe Florida, and then September you have a conference, so you're going to be back here, but also maybe like travel around, maybe up in the mountain area. Yeah. Maybe over in the Nashville area.
If you couldn't tell, we're like still super flexible,
undecided,
but we know we are going to take some short trips first, and they'll eventually get a little bit longer, a little bit longer.
Do you know what fall is?
Let's see. The Velvet Lounge says our daughter Daisy sends a hello. Hello, Daisy. I love that name. Daisy. Canada? Yeah.
I mean, I'd be down.
As long as the
so future goals with the bus is Utah. I want to see the Earth. I just want to go. It looks so epic. I want to go. I've never been. He's never been to California, so we want to go there for. We could visit California. We talk about posting up there more long term. We want to go to New Mexico, Arizona, New Orleans, Colorado, or do a ski season maybe.
Yeah. And also, too, something to mention is that our trips are going to be less so much of like a banging out, let's see everything that we can real quick, but we're going to be kind of taking it slow in the sense that we're going to go to a location.
And stay for a little while.
Spend anywhere from, 3 weeks to 3 months there. And then when we're ready, on to the next place. That's just kind of how we like to travel.
Yeah. I also thought of packing up the bus like every few days just seems so stressful. I mean, especially with a baby, I think moving and being on the go so consistently would be a little overwhelming. Yeah. Who knows? There'll be some days I'm sure they will keep trucking until we get to where we want to be. So these days will be a little bit more crazy. But
all right. So, anything else to add to that? We have 1.5 minutes.
I'm just so excited you guys all like signed on.
I know.
We have like this little family of people.
Yeah, I know. It's making us blush right now.
Yeah. Are you getting tired?
So, should we do the sign off then?
Yeah.
So, I guess. No, God, no, we're going to sign off.
Money?
What? What is that? Jenna.
That's so awesome.
Thank you, Jenna. That's super sweet. That's an amazing way to end it. Thank you. That's very, very kind. And so I think, you said thank you, Jenna. I think that, moving forward, we are going to be, we obviously have a lot of things that we're balancing right now. Most importantly, finishing the bus, making sure that it's roadworthy, and then, filling up the piggy bank, and then like making sure that we can, support ourselves when we're on the road. And so with that in mind, tell me about it.
saying goodbye to you guys.
With that in mind, we promise we are going to do everything we can to continue pushing out content that brings value to you guys. And in return, we just also want to say we appreciate you guys following and joining along for the ride. And, you know, your words of positivity, like we said in the beginning, and your advice and all of the beautiful things that you guys say and do and the support you offer. It's huge for us. So we really appreciate it. And, you know, keep up with us and keep up with the, is this where we do the smash that like button?
You don't even know how this video turns out when we get done. Like when we end this stream, there's like a big red button and then it's like maybe it goes into this like YouTube or
I don't know either. We're still trying to figure
guess
this
we'll
out.
see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Check out the
If you enjoyed this alternative style video for our Wednesday video.
yeah, trying something different, but yeah, and keep in touch. We got a new video coming out next week on Wednesday. We won't tell you what the topic is, but you have to wait until Wednesday. But until then, you guys be good, be easy, and we send much love from our family to all of you. So, see you guys. Bye guys.